The faith brings to the top of the mountain. Hello, I'm Nelson Peña Herrera Castillo reporting from Sullana City. It's more than 150 miles by walking, and we are talking about thousands of pilgrims. In Peru today, September 23rd, 2023. This is Live Connection. Happy fall, happy spring. Wherever you are watching this, just today we mark a change of season. Subscribe to my updates, like, comment, and share my content. At the time this live connection is webcast, the whole Piura department is beginning something we call the Trail of Faith. That's how we name a kind of pilgrimage connecting two edges of this territory. The first is Paita, 32 miles to the west of Piura city. As I told you in a previous live connection, Paita is actually a seaport. Indeed, it is at the shore of the Pacific Ocean. Paita celebrates Our Lady of Mercy every September 24th. It's one of the Virgin Mary's advocations. According to the tradition, she appeared to Saint Peter Nolasc in 12th century. She asked the religious men to found a congregation to release the Catholics from the Muslims. Let's remember, Muslims invaded and conquered actual southern Spain in 7th century. After a long war, Spain was recovered by the Catholic monarchs in 1492. It's the same year when Christopher Columbus arrived into the Americas, sponsored by the Spanish Empire. 40 years later, the Spanish began the conquest of Inca Empire. And that happened right here in Sullana in 1532. That same year, Our Lady of Mercy arrived to San Francisco de la Buena Esperanza. It was the Spanish name of Paita. In actual times, it is one of the most important pilgrimages across Piura department here in northern Peru. In fact, at the time I'm hosting this live connection, Catholic devotees are walking to Paita. In usual conditions, that walk can take 12 hours. Many prefer to do it at night to avoid the heat. In average, authorities estimate 10,000 people arrive into the festivity. Paita city is almost 180,000 inhabitants. When celebration is over in Paita, some pilgrims will turn to Ayabaca. That city is 154 miles to the east of Paita. But the trail is not flat at all. The first half does, but the second half starts to climb the Andean range. While Paita is sea level, Ayabaca is 89.10 feet above sea level. All that trail can take 5 days at least. I mean, if you're something like an athlete. And we're not talking about people by walking. Rather, people work with heavy wood crosses climbing up. It's estimated 150,000 pilgrims arrive to Ayabaca every October, even from Ecuador and Colombia and across Peru. Nuestra Señora del Pilar de Ayabaca, the Spanish name of Ayabaca, is around 20,000 inhabitants. Pilgrims go to worship Señor Cautivo. It's a good sculpture performing a captive Christ. One highlighting detail is the metallic crown. It represents the three powers. In fact, the temple hosting Señor Cautivo was designed in key of the number 3. The sculpture was probably made around 1750. The local tale attributes it to angels, but a closer look will find some similitudes to another famous sculpture, the Christ of Medinaceli in Madrid, Spain. The Spanish version was made a century before, possibly with influences of Seville school. In the case of the Christ in Ayabaca, other impressive details are the blood drops, the veins, and especially the thrilling look. Well, that is said by who believe on his miracles. No matter if you're a Catholic, what happens from Paita to Ayabaca is amazing in terms of crowd, in terms of portraits, in terms of faith. If you have the chance to jump to Peru, take a time to visit both destinations. If you need further information, just comment on this video. Also, get me on every social medias at Nelson Suyana. Thanks for joining us. Follow the hashtags LiveConnection and Nelson Live. From Sullana, Peru, I'm Nelson Peña Herrera Castillo reporting. See you in the next Live Connection.